Hi and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is AINI Binti ZULKEPLI. I am from Faculty Computer and Mathematical Science UiTM Perlis. My supervisor name is Madam ZURINA Binti KASIM. Welcome to my presentation about comparison between fuzzy time series and ARIMA model in forecasting motor insurance sales. So this is the list of my content presentation.
Then we go to the abstract.
I would like to start my presentation with the abstract. Every insurance company should use sales forecasting in their business so that they can monitor their sales every month and plan their strategy. MOHAMAD agency provided data on motor insurance sales for this study. The goals of this study were to compare two methods, the fuzzy time series method and the ARIMA model, to select the better method based on the lowest mean squared error (MSE) and the lowest mean absolute percent error (MAPE). ARIMA model method has the lowest MSE and MAPE in this forecast analysis and calculation on motor insurance sales. The ARIMA model is the superior. Furthermore, this model makes it possible for decision makers to make any decision about their sales. Then we go to the chapter 1 is introduction. Definitions of insurance is the transfer of risk by an individual or organization known as the policy owner. In the event of a loss, people who purchase insurance will receive financial protection or compensation from the insurance company. Many large insurance companies operate in Malaysia, including American International Assurance, AIA, Prudential Insurance Malaysia, Zurich Insurance Malaysia, Etiqa Insurance Berhad, and others. Every insurance company should have a strong strategy and an appealing product in order to attract more customers and increase sales. Good forecasting tools are required so that the company can forecast its performance accurately every month. Forecasting is an attempt to predict future conditions based on the past data. One factor is the high level of competition among insurance companies. As we all know, there are numerous insurance companies in Malaysia, including Etiqa, Takaful Malaysia, AIA, Kurnia, and others. Each company strives to provide the best policy to meet the needs of their customers while maintaining a profit. A good product alone does not guarantee success. Every company requires good marketing strategy. Then, the fuzzy time series and ARIMA models can be defined as a systematic strategy to analyzing the pattern of previous sales data in order to predict future demand as a platform for long-term firm planning and consideration of many capacity and inventory decisions. There are three objectives of this study. The first one is to determine the best forecasting model for forecasting monthly motor insurance sales. The second is to forecast motor insurance sales using the fuzzy time series method and the ARIMA model. The third one is to determine the best model based on the mean squared error MSE and mean absolute percent error MAPE. Next, we go to the scope of the study. The purpose of the study is to forecast future sales for the MOHAMAD agency in Siem River, Perak. This company offers a variety of motor insurance products including Prudential Insurance Malaysia, Zurich Insurance Malaysia, and Etiqa Insurance Berhad. This study examines the motor insurance sales of Etiqa Insurance Berhad from January 2020 to November 2021. Data was obtained directly from the MOHAMAD agency. According to the company, those who have a stable income are the target audience for motor insurance. The significance of the study is sales forecasts improve in overall business planning, budgeting, and risk management, as well as helping businesses make better business decisions. Then forecasting is beneficial to business because it helps company in decision making and establish data-driven strategies. Next, Sales forecasting also assists the organization in accurately estimating its costs and income. Lastly, good decisions making will lead to obtaining the best outcome for the company. Next, we go to the literature review. On 2013, Gahiwal proposed inter-time series sales forecasting using ARIMA model. It concentrates on how the most outstanding models from one series will solve problem in another, predicting a similar frequency pattern series mining of connections. The result is that there are time series with same frequency and some other characteristics. Hence, the same frequency is used in the inter-time series concept. Next, Fatah 2018 conducted this study using a time series technique, which contributes to the modeling and forecasting demand in a food firm. Historical demand data was used to build a series of autoregressive integrated moving average ARIMA models using the Box-Jenkins time series method. The best model was chosen based on 4 performance criteria: maximum likelihood, AKI criteria, Schwartz Bayesian criterion, and standard error. The results show that the model can forecast and model future demand in the food service industry. Because of this, managers in this industry will be able to make more informed decisions. Besides, Dwi Sugianto 2070 conduct research on the performance of a combination of Stevenson-Porter Cheng-Fuzzy time series methods using 100 replicates on 100 generated data. The result shows the fact that SP change and SP change 2 appear to be no better than change and change 2. The higher the ARIMA parameter, the better MSE both approaches than ARIMA, even when the results are similar. Next, we go to the methodology. The data collection period spans January 2020 to November 2021 and is based on motor insurance sales. The information was gathered from the MOHAMAD agency in Slam River. To conduct this research, they provided a list of Etika Insurance Berhad's motor insurance sales from their company. This is the flow of ARIMA model series. Stage 1. Model identification. The purpose of developing an ARIMA model is to identify whether or not the series is stationary. Compute the analysis, various statistics, primarily autocorrelation functions ACF and partial autocorrelation function based on historical data. The most suitable class of model is then identified. Stage 2 is model estimation. The process of determining the best forecasting model is discussed. The calculation was run by eViews software to find the AKI key info criterion AIC, Schwartz criterion BIC, Hanan-Quinn criterion, Durbin-Watson, R-squared, mean squared error, MSE, and white noise. When it's come to fitting the model, there are 2 primary goals that must be met. The fitted value should be as close to the true values as possible, and the model should have the fewest parameters consistent with a good model fit. Then diagnostic checking. During diagnostic checking, the model assumptions were tested to see if any areas of the model were insufficient for this purpose, if the parameter achieved statistical significance or multicollinearity, and whether the residual term white noise was or not, which was included in the statistical identification, and repeat step 3 until the best model was identified. Then forecasting. The first is model is stationary, then identify the PDQ, and then identify the sufficient PDQ, then go to forecasting. Then we go to the fuzzy time series. Step 1 is create a universe discourse and intervals for rules abstraction. The universe of discourse can be defined as minimum value, maximum value. Then divide the data into several periods. If the average value of the frequency of each interval is greater than the number of frequencies in that interval, the interval must be divided into two. Step 2 is define the fuzzy set in the universe and continue with the fuzzy classification on historical data. Step 3 is establish fuzzy association using fuzzification. As AI until AJ, two consecutive fuzzy sets. AI T-1 and AJ T can be combined into a single FLR. Step 4, for all FLRs, create a FLRG. FLRG can be formed by grouping FLR with the same LHS. For example, AI until AJ, AJ until AK, AI until AM can be grouped as AI until AJ. A fluctuation type matrix constructed by all FLR. Step 5, assign a weight to each item. Step 4, fluctuation type matrix is then standardized to T. The standardized weight matrix equation should be used to normalize the weight matrix. Step 6 is calculate initial forecast value by multiplying weights matrix with defuzzified matrix. The entry of defuzzified matrix is all the median of each linguistic interval. So, M1 equals to M2 and MK is defined with MK is median of each linguistic interval. Lastly, calculate the adaptive forecast value. Next, we go to the results and discussion. The first one is result for ARIMA model. After testing all the ARIMA models, they show that all the models accepted the null hypothesis, which means the error term is random. It can be concluded that the models are well specified and acceptable. However, only one model is needed among all the 5 models. In this case, ARIMA 312 was the chosen model since it has the smaller MSE and MAPE among the models. Therefore, ARIMA 312 is the best ARIMA model than the others. The figure shows the plot graph of actual value and forecast value of total insurance sales. We can see that the blue line is for forecast value and green line for the actual value. The forecast values show the pattern in increasing, while the actual value show a little bit decreasing. Then we go to the result of fuzzy time series. Figure shows the actual value and adaptive forecast of total insurance sales. The figure shows the pattern downward and upward steadily. At the end of the graph, we can see the actual and forecast value is constant by using fuzzy time series.
Based on the table, ARIMA model has the lowest MSE and MAPE.
The last part is conclusion and recommendation. The overall aim of this study is to compare two models. The model with the lowest MSE and MAPE is the ARIMA model, which has a value of 11011,453.36 and is representative of the best method in forecasting total sales insurance. As a result, the main objective of this study has been met by comparing these two methods. Meanwhile, the sub-objective of finding the best model between the ARIMA model and the fuzzy time series is also met this study. The recommendation is made by me is since the project's completion, some recommendation and suggestions have been made. Another study can be conducted of forecasting such as multiple linear regression, moving average, and other techniques. Apart from that, the forecasting of varying product insurance policies can be done so that the comparison the most in-demand insurance policies for each company can be made. Additionally, this method can be generated using other software such as Minitab and Microsoft Excel.
Thank you for watching.